in. Just give me a sec. Good evening, everyone, and good morning to all you guys back home. Thanks to Travis Head for joining us after tonight's third game of the ODI series. As always, guys, if you have a question, put up your hand and we'll get underway. Louis?
Yeah, thanks, Cole. Aaron Finch said at the toss that he expected that pitch to turn more as it went on later in the day. Is it fair to say it didn't quite pan out that way?
Yeah, probably. It's on the boundary majority of it, so I haven't seen a lot of replays or what went on. But yeah, obviously not taking any wickets through the middle probably leads to that assumption of the wicket. There was a fair bit of dew on the ground. Whether that had an impact or not, I'm not sure. But those are things we can look at. We've got a couple more games here, so yeah.
How did you feel a different role for you today? You batted quite nicely, Travis. How did the role get explained to you, and how did you feel you played?
Yeah, obviously missing a couple of guys through that the finish role, I guess, at 6. It was just an opportunity that come. Obviously, Mitch Marsh coming back in the side, that's a long-term, I guess, role for him is to bat at 3 in this team, and he's getting that opportunity off the back of obviously missing a bit in Pakistan and then here. So it's good to have him back in the team. We knew that was going to be his role, and I guess with Stoyan missing, it opened that role for me again. So at the moment, I've got to take, I guess, wherever I can fit in as an opportunity. They've been very limited over a while, so look, yeah, I guess I learned a lot from the other day. I kept the ball on the carpet, probably didn't start as fast or as well as I would have liked, but worked through it, worked with good partnerships with Kez and Maxi there and Greenie at the end, and sort of back-ended it, and felt like, yeah, played a nice role.
Could that be a spot in ODI cricket, Trav? I know you'd probably prefer to be further up, but with Steve Smith still to come back into this team, is maybe 5 or 6 where you might settle in, though?
No, I don't think so. I think my opportunity will probably come in a fair while at the top of the order, as a more set role, I guess, and that's the feedback I've got, is I've sort of got to wait my time, and it's been well publicised over the last little bit that I've got to sort of wait for my opportunity at the top there with 2 world-class players sitting there at the moment, and like I said, it's just nice to get a role in the team and be playing one-day cricket. Unfortunate, I guess, for the guys like Stoyan and Mitch and Smithy to be missing today, and that's, I guess, a strong bench, and I get my opportunity, and yeah, but I don't think I think, look, I'm adaptable, but I don't think that'll be my role moving forward in the future.
Andrew McLeish.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Travis, having been out there towards the end of your innings, did 290 feel like a decent total at that point?
Yeah, it did. I felt like the ball gripped a fair bit, I guess, and then whether it be due or whatnot, but wickets in hand also helped. So, yeah, the fact that we probably won't be able to take wickets throughout the middle is probably we haven't been able to take advantage of those sort of last 15 overs with the ball. We've seen, I guess, at the end when they only needed 7 or 8, how difficult it could have been. But I think, yeah, just through the middle, we'll look back over the next couple of days and try to look at ways where we can take wickets in the middle, because I feel like, yeah, I feel like we had plenty of runs on the board to defend it. It's just how it panned out today.
And I appreciate you're not part of the selection panel, but just more broadly about having Cam in there at number 8, was that a conscious decision to give you guys a deeper batting lineup today, or was it just a way of managing various injuries and workloads?
No, I feel like we played a batter strong, and we would like to use the likes of, I guess, myself, Maxi and Marnus as the all-rounders, I guess, probably more the other two. And I think we've seen that's the way we've set up for quite a while now with Mitch and Stoyan and Maxi, Marnus, guys who can give overs through the middle, guys who can play a role, and it also helps our batting depth as well. So it's nice to see him back bowling and he got his opportunity at the end there and played his role perfectly.
Thanks, Trav.
Scott Bailey.
Let's go, Trav. Obviously, I know it's a different format in a couple of weeks' time, but do you sort of feel like after you century last week, you're not today, you sort of got your head around showing the wickets pretty well at the moment?
Look, I'm playing well. I think there's still a lot of work to continue to keep doing when we go into that format. But yeah, I felt like even those last 2 games, I think in Candy as well, I feel like I played spin quite well. They're challenging wickets, there's no doubt, and there's going to be times where it doesn't look the best, and it's going to be tough, and we grind through that. And I think today, even at the start of meetings, I think the other night I probably tried to hit a few too many boundaries at the start of meetings. And today, I guess I took a more the role of a safer approach and keep the ball in the gaps and try to build a partnership while Kez and Maxi were going. So no, I feel like I'm sharp, I feel like I'm moving. I think we still got to be positive on the wickets when we lead into the Test series, so we still find opportunities to score and put pressure back on the bowlers so we can try to get as many balls that we can score off as possible.
And man, I know, like likewise from what Nash said, you're not a selector, but based on what you saw while you were batting, sorry, do you feel like maybe it was you guys missed Mitch Webb seemed to get out there at the wrist spinner and what he was able to do with the ball? Again,
it's easy to say that now. That was the team we picked, and I felt like we had enough runs on the board. Unfortunately, we weren't able to create enough pressure. So whether we go back to that or what, it's up to the selectors and the captain on how they think the best pick the side. And I think that's what they've done. They try to pick the side that can win us a game of cricket. That's not the case today. So I think it's easy to look back now and take only 2 or 3 wickets and say that. But I guess that we felt confident going into the game with that lineup, and everyone that's here that can play a role. So whether that's a batter or an all-rounder or a fast bowler, we're always going to have another option and what could have been options. So I think everyone here is ready to play and wanting to play, and the 11 that we're going, and we'll feel confident with each time.
Another one here, back to Louis.
Since we're telling you what you're obviously not a doctor either, Travis, but I was just going to ask you about Steve Smith. What's the sense with his injury, mate?
I'm not 100% sure. I guess with these sort of things, like with quads, I think he said it feels not too bad. I think hopefully it's on the minor side of things. It's more so when you're going at full tilt and having experienced them in the past as well, you can feel like you're going at 80% pretty well. It's just when you push it that extra little bit that you feel it. So I think that's the same with him. So when we see him back, I don't think it'll be too long away, but we've got to make sure it's a long series. There's plenty to play for over the next sort of couple of 1 days in the Test series, and we'll be making sure that we put he'll play as many games as he possibly can.
Back to Scott Bailey again.
Sorry, Trav, just following on from Louis' question there. Likewise, Glenn Maxwell, we saw him sort of grabbing at a hamstring or a glute and didn't quite, when he went to affect that run out. Did he seem like he was alright by the end of the game? Was he still hobbling around a little bit?
I think everyone's hurting a little bit. I think everyone's, when you do 50 overs in the field, you run around, you play back-to-back games. It's a heavy ground today. I know they said that the other day, so I think everyone's probably just a bit sore after 50 overs in the field, so I'm sure he's fine. He's had a big workload over the last little bit, and it was a tough outfield, tough place to run around and dive on. It's a hard ground in the middle and then it's soft everywhere else, so it definitely takes its toll, and the boys are probably just feeling it a little bit at the end there.
Thanks, Scott, and thanks again to Travis for joining us tonight, guys. So we'll catch up with all of you guys in the morning. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Recording stopped.